Alright, another month, another banger champion here with Photon. Photon is fantastic, man, and how she works is you inflict debuffs, right? And these debuffs give you these charges. And at 25 charges, you go into this very, very strong mode, and you just inflict a ton of debuffs and just do a ton of damage output. And if this sounds familiar, it is because it sounds a lot like Captain Marvel movie. And with Captain Marvel here, you want to parry to get the charges, right? And when you hit 25, you do usual cosmic stuff. You inflict armor break, you have fury buffs, and with Photon, you get usual science stuff, right? You don't get any buffs and you inflict a ton of debuffs. So she really does feel like she was inspired by Captain Marvel movie, and it's just the science version of that with a bit of a 2023 touch to just make her more upgraded, right? So overall, Photon I feel like is very, very strong because Captain Marvel movie is a very strong champion, and this is like the science version, I feel like. And by the way, they are pretty similar, but they're also very different as well. And that was 56 seconds there for an unramped Photon. That is very strong given that she is not ramped at all. And now we have here a ramped version. And like I was saying, though it feels like Photon was pretty inspired by Captain Marvel movie, they are pretty different as well. For example, the way they get charges is very different because Captain Marvel has to parry while Photon just inflicts debuffs. Additionally, their like utility is also very different because, you know, two different classes. And yeah, overall they are pretty different, but like they have the same flow, I feel like. So I like it though, because Captain Marvel movie has always been a pretty sweet character, but Photon just feels a bit upgraded overall because her charges gain a lot faster, and yeah, she just feels more fun to play also, to be honest. But yeah, this fight is going very, very well. We dropped the SP1 here, some very nice damage, and the fight is pretty much over now. Pretty sweet, 7,000 medium there, and that was 46 seconds. Pretty dang solid, man. Like, the ramped and unramped version, there is a difference for sure, but it really isn't that major. It's not like an Airwalker thing, right? It is more just a lot more calm, to be honest. So that's what I like about Photon. I like that she isn't too reliant on that ramp. Like Captain Marvel in the first fight is pretty dang miserable, I feel like. And Photon isn't, I feel like. And now we have this maw here, and Photon I feel like is just a dedicated maw counter. Like she has access to miss counter on her medium attacks, and also whenever she is in her like really big supercharged mode. So yeah, she counters miss a lot. She is a very strong miss counter champion. Well, also miss champion as well, because she does have miss herself. So yeah, on defense, she is very, very annoying. I've heard a lot of stuff about her in incursions, how she is just a total pain. But yeah, given that she is a defender mainly, she is great on attack as well. Like she is an insane dual threat, which is just amazing, man. Kindred, also a design defender, not really that great on offense, but Photon, complete opposite. She is incredible on offense. I think I'd rather have her on offense than defense, to be honest. But yeah, Photon, just very, very sweet, man. I think she's so much fun to play also, and that's just the most important part. If they're fun, they are just a win in my book. And yeah, right there, a very, very good time. Now we have this Mr. Sinister here. We have a ramp going. By the way, I have 0 out of 3 to spare, so this fight could have been much faster for sure. But Photon actually has a Petrify. It is of 80% potency, which is pretty sweet. And I feel like it is used to counter Mystic Dispersion. But she also can heal reverse as well, which is pretty cool. And it's just like, man, 3 out of 4 of the science champions are heal reverse characters, which is a bit crazy. But you know what? Sandman still is the best one out there in my opinion. But Photon's still good in that regard. And this fight is a bit crazy, man. Like, she just goes haywire. When she's in her supercharged mode, it is just such a fun time, and she just does so much damage, man. It is awesome. Like, she is just so much fun to play. I will say that 100 times in this video probably. But yeah, and the best part is the damage output is just crazy. Like, we're doing 12k mediums. Like, when she gets going, she really just gets going, right? And she is really aggressive as well. And if you don't know, my favorite characters are the aggressive kinds, like Lady Deathstrike, like Silk. I just love those aggressive champions. And Photon, she brings the aggression for sure, man. She is just a really fast-paced character. And that was just crazy good. That was just so good, man. Now we have this long shot here on Biohazard, and Photon counters Biohazard pretty well, so it should be a pretty sweet time. But yeah, man, like, I just love how fast-paced she is. Like, once you get going into that mode, you just go nonstop, and it's just such a fun time. And she is just insanely fun to play in that regard. And check this out, man. Here we get to our supercharged mode, and then watch this. We drop the SP2, pretty sweet. And then he drops his SP2. We just miss it. We don't care about that. We go back in. We pause our form there. And the design, like, animations-wise on this character is just top tier. Like, the glowing pink is just crazy good. That is just so cool. Like, the art team is just insane, man. It is just so crazy. Like, Kindred was insane design-wise. This character looks crazy design-wise. Vox looks really cool design-wise. Like, there is just so many good designs right now. It is just, you know, the golden age of just really well-designed champions, I feel like. But yeah, this fight is going pretty well. We are just being ultra aggressive, which is my favorite kind of playstyle. And yeah, like, this damage output is just really clean. Just really clean. But yeah, this fight is pretty much in the bin. Just very fun. Pretty nice damage output as well. We drop this SP1 again. Go back in. Nice crits there. Play very aggressive here, and the fight is now over after I do two hits, sorry. There we go. Pretty sweet time as well there. And now we have this lane, and I feel like this fight just really puts it all together, right? So here I have max to spare, so we can reverse some healing. I also have, you know, the miss counter for Photon, so pretty sweet time. And yeah, just what she does very well. Like, her miss counter is perfect because you have it right at the beginning of the fight. I love champions that have their utility ASAP. Shang-Chi, his slow, second medium attack. Who else? Let me think. Spider-Gwen and her slow, heavy attack. Photon, her miss mechanic, her miss counter, sorry, just immediate. Do a medium attack, it's there. I love champions like that. Those are my favorite champions, and I feel like those champions are just the best designed ones. So massive win here. And yeah, now we can just start doing some damage output. We do some pretty nice damage here. We're getting a ton of crits. Like, she crits a lot, and she crits for some pretty nice damage as well. And yeah, the fight is going pretty well so far. We are just controlling it completely. She is just shut down regen wise and just miss wise as well. So it is just a very clean time. And look at this, man. It is just so fun. Her rotation is so fun. The SP1 is so satisfying also. It really just feels like an upgraded Captain Marvel movie. Like, it really just feels that way, man. And I'm not saying Captain Marvel is outdated, but I feel like she has lost some flair for sure, but Photon has all the flair right now, man. She is just really solid. And yeah, the fight's going pretty well. Pretty much almost over now. We are just reversing that healing, doing some pretty solid damage output along the way. And yeah, this lane just really shows how strong she is as a miss counter and as a regen reverser. Her Petrify, it is, I think, of 80% potency, which is pretty strong. I feel like it is mainly to counter like power gain, but still very nice for the regen reversal as well. And yeah, pretty sweet fight there. And Photon is just a pretty solid champion. 2023 just continues to shine, whether it's with amazing attackers like Photon, Silk, Adam Warlock, or just amazing defenders like Kindred, right? 2023 has just been a crazy year so far, and it's just been very good champion-wise. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Photon, and yeah, this is about it for me.